Okay, I'm back. It's been a little difficult since Movie Maker crashed on me, but part 75 is fully completed and ready for upload. But before I upload it, I want to finish my business in Lily Cove so that I can get into the Safari Zone next time. And okay, let's see if there are any more. Oh, I got a Pokeball, and I already had a heart scale. Let's try this rock, maybe. Is there anyone? Anything, I mean? Of course, there's not going to be someone in a rock. Well, unless you're that Goron from Twilight Princess, but that's another thing entirely. And those are the whale nerds I was talking about. Yeah, training. Right. As I said, you're just blocking the path to be annoying. And this is the Aqua hideout, and I can't go any farther than this because they're telling me that Maxie has gone to Mount Pyre, which we've heard the name of a few times, once at the Weather Institute, and afterwards when we went just north of Mount Pyre on Route 121. And okay, of course, they're not telling us why he's gone there, but I'm gonna tell you, he wants the blue orb to control Kyogre. That's about it. And Maxie wants the red orb to control Groudon. So, of course, the two are going to be awakened later, and they're gonna wreak havoc and shit, but that's for much later in the game. And I think there are only two areas left for me to visit in this city, the contest hall and the department store. I'm going to begin with the contest hall, and speaking of which, I said I intended on doing... Oh wow, I got a PP up from this completely random rock. Didn't think I'd find anything in it, but oh well, I'm not going to complain. PP ups are rather rare. Maybe not as much in Generation 4, but in the first 3 they were rather rare, yeah. But as I was about to say, I intended on doing a tutorial about contests, and I started working on it, but I realized it would freaking take forever, because that thing is really more complex than it seems, and you know me, I want to go in-depth into everything I cover, or just not cover it at all. So, it's going to be the latter, though I'm going to give you a few pointers if I get the chance to have more success at contests. And I believe at the top of the screen you're seeing stuff on the wall. Those, I believe, are paintings of the winners of the last few contests that were held in the contest hall. And of course, since I haven't been into a single contest yet, this is mostly filler from contests that we haven't seen at all. We've seen an Electrike, a Tropius, and we also got, what is it? Xatu! Oh yeah, I forgot! Natu and Xatu are in the Hoenn-Dex. I think they're found in the Safari Zone, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Anyway, before I go to the counter, I'm just going to check out if there's anything interesting in the back, and oh, this looks to be a contest stage and a second one? Oh wow! I think maybe there are 5 stages, one for every type of contest. There's cool, tough, cute, smart, and beauty. I think that's the 5, yeah. There is the smartest contest, smartness, not smartest, sorry. But yeah, those are the 5 types of contests. And there is no restriction on which Pokemon you can get into which contest. You can enter a Magikarp into a beauty contest, though that's not really recommended. You can also send a Caterpie into a tough contest, though obviously it's not going to fare too well there. And since it looks like there are tons of NPCs to talk to here, I'm going to make the most of my time, and yours as well, by giving you a few pointers in order to help you win contests. First things first, use Smeargle. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Ability to learn any move at all is exceptional because there are a lot of moves that have different effects. I'm not going to cover them at all, though I'm going to link you in the movie description to a fact on Game Facts that will tell you what each move does in each type of contest. There are lists sorted alphabetically by moves, by type of contest, and by effects. So this is a very good reference if you need help to learn what each move does in a contest setting. So when I say use Smeargle, I really mean it. Unfortunately, while they are in Emerald, they're not in Ruby and Sapphire, by the way, but it's worth trading one over there, because Smeargle really does make things a lot easier. And yeah, while it's in Emerald, it's only in the Battle Frontier after you beat the Elite Four. So if you want to do contests and have a decent rate of success, you're going to need to wait a little while longer. And then, once you got your Smeargle, you got to decide in which type of contests you want to make it perform. Because while you can make it decent in all 5 categories, you cannot make it excellent, because there's a limit to how many Pokeblocks that you can give each Pokemon, and so you're going to have to decide at one point which contest stat you're going to max and which ones are going to remain at 0. So if you want to be able to compete in all 5 categories, you're going to need to have 5 different Smeargles. Next, for what berries to use, well, you're already familiar with the Wiki Berry for beauty in order to evolve Feebas. It's also great to raise contest Pokemon. I recommend, personally, berries 11 through 15 and 31 through 35. In order to raise contest stats. Of course, don't use a Wiki Berry to raise the tough stat. Use the corresponding berries. Once again, I'll point you to Game Facts, where there are a lot of good facts to help you make your choice as to which berries to pick in order to increase your stats as much as you can. And what those contest stats do is that they help you win the first round of judging, because how it works is that all 4 trainers are going to show their Pokemon to the audience, and the audience is naturally gonna like the one that has the higher stat more. So that's essentially why you want to get a head start and improve your contest stats so that you can have an easier time winning contests. But that's only the first part. The second part is to decide which moves to give to your Pokemon. And there, I can't help you because there are so many good choices, especially with a Smeargle. But one thing I can give you is that you need to try as much as possible to use moves whose type match the contest type. For example, if you want to win a beauty contest, use beauty moves, because if you use a beauty move in a beauty contest, you're going to get an extra heart, which is sort of the points for contests. You get an extra heart, and if you manage to get the judge's gauge to full, which is more of a matter of luck than anything, because, well, there is this gauge that increases every time someone uses a move that matches the type of the contest. And if you manage to get it to full, which is done by having the gauge at 4 before your turn, then using a beauty move, then you get 6 extra hearts, which is a substantial bonus. So it's really worth it to try and go for moves that have the same type as the contest. And there's one more thing. There's an NPC that brought it up before, but I didn't mention it because I wanted to bring it up now while I'm talking about contest moves. If you use the same move over and over again, you're going to bore the judge and his gauge is going to go down. So if you want to increase your chances of getting a good score, then you should consider yourself under a permanent torment status. So try to use move combos that work well with each other instead of using the same one good move over and over and over again. Whoops! Looks like someone completely missed the point of Pokemon contests. They're called Pokemon contests, not trainer contests. And yeah, one more thing. For your Smeargles, always try to have one of those super powerful moves that disable you until the end of the contest, because they're always great moves to use at the very end of a contest. For example, Explosion, Self-Destruct, they're so good that even if they don't match the type of the contest, they're worth using nonetheless. And before I finish this video, I'm just going to give rest to Skarmory. I just remembered it, in fact, because that was my original plan. I'm going to overwrite Sand Attack and give it rest instead. I should have done it at the beginning of this video, but I didn't really realize it. So now that this is done, once again I'm just going to save this video and I'll be right back with more Pokemon Emerald.